Hey all, welcome back. In today's video, we are going to discuss about setting up multiple folder inside DAGs and .airflow ignore file. So, what is airflow ignore file? So, you are already aware about get ignore file that works in Git repository. So, similar to that, .airflow ignore file prevents the airflow scheduler from parsing the you can say the subfolder inside a DAG. So if we want to ignore a folder inside the DAX folder, so we can specify that folder inside .airflow ignore file. It has one other advantage such that scheduler don't have to parse that folder, thus reducing the tag parsing time. So let's see how we can achieve that. So uh, first let our scheduler get up. So you can up the scheduler using airflow scheduler. For setting up airflow, you can watch my video where I set up the airflow from scratch. Now, since our scheduler is up, this warning will get removed in which the scheduler didn't seem to be running and the heartbeat was we received heartbeat before specific time. Now, let's do one thing. So we are currently you can see we are inside DAGs folder. Now let's create a folder, two folders basically. So let's give the folder 1 as tag 1 and let's create another folder dags underscore 2, and let's place our few dags sample dags inside these two folders. So let's copy these two files inside dags 1 folder and these two files inside dags 2 folder. So airflow provides the flexibility in which you want to group our file inside a specific subfolder so that each one is dependent from each other. So what I've done, I've created two folders dags underscore 1 and dags underscore 2. These two folders are independent of each other. You can say that these two folders belongs to two different teams, and if one team want to work on that without touching the other, they can work on it. Now let's see inside airflow UI whether these dags are being parsed or not. So let's see. Let's wait for some time so that uh, these dags are being passed by the scheduler. Let's check whether the scheduler is running correctly. And if these tags are not reflected in the UI, this means there is some error in your tag. So you can find an error section on the top. So our tag starts with name. Let's see, uh, demo tag underscore number. Okay, let's restart our scheduler once. And let's see. Okay, so now you can see the DAGs are visible. So you can see all our 4 DAGs are visible and being passed inside our DAGs folder. So what we have done, you can see inside our DAGs folder we have created two folders, DAGs underscore 1 and DAGs underscore 2, and our DAGs are being passed successfully. Now let's do one thing. Let's create one file known as airflow ignore, or let's copy the name. Now let's see this file has been created or not. So empty file with name airflow ignore is being created. Now we have a requirement in which we don't want to parse dag underscore 2. So what we need to do, we need to specify the folder and files that we don't want to parse. So I will just write dags underscore 2. So what happens if we specify our folder or file name inside our dot airflow ignore file, so scheduler doesn't uh, parse that folder, and it what it does, it checks the regex. If the regex follow, then it will not parse that particular folder. Now let's again restart. So you can see dags underscore 3 and dags underscore 4 are visible here. Now let's restart our scheduler once, and let's see if they're still being passed or not. Okay, so now you can see demo dag underscore 3 and demo dags underscore 4 are not visible on the Airflow UI. You can check from here as well. Demo dag underscore 3 and 4 is not visible. So as we specified dags to folder inside our .airflow ignore, this means the file or the folder will not get passed. So hope you enjoyed the video. Kindly stay tuned for more videos.